Hello and welcome back to my channel. I've had some vlogs up, but it's been so long since I did a makeup look, and I really wanted to teach you guys some tips and tricks along the way. I really got into depth about what I'm doing in this video, why I'm doing, and the products that I am using and choosing to use. I always start off with my brows. I am obsessed, like this is like my favorite product that I've ever used for brows. It is the Vasanti Cosmetic Brow Powder Pencil, which you can find in drugstores. Love their brand. It's made by women, so super cool, empowering, all that jazz. I'm really into extending my brow. Look into a mirror and just start on the edge and just flick it. I always start off with just like an underline and a top line first, and just like small little like like not a full like. Then I kind of go into like the middle part, and you just like do the same like little flicking, and I kind of go through it with the spoolie and I just brush it. I am not a big like carving out my eyebrows person, but I do use concealer to prime my eyelids with, and I will get that nice crisp look using that. I start center part of my lid and I just like feather it out in all directions. And then just clean up your brow with that too. And then just set it with a translucent powder. Don't worry if this gets into your brows. The way I do my brows is I like to just start them, have them looking pretty nice and how I like really want them. And then I do the rest of my makeup and I go back to my brows and I touch them up. I want to go for like a Christmas glam, I'm thinking. But I don't want it to be bronze because I did bronze last year. Off with our blush color that we're going to be using later on our cheeks. This will just help tie it all in together. I love that kind of vibe. I'm going to use the ColourPop Clockwork Face Set. This one is just going to be your like transition shade, placed a little bit higher than my crease. For me, when I do my eyeshadow, I like to make my eye look a little bit bigger in this part. So I actually like to bring my transition color and like crease colors in a little bit further into my nose. And then I also like to bring them out kind of far in a blended little triangle. Like I have applied little by little more and more shadow. Keep adding and blending as you go. Add little by little until you get that pigment that you want. It's not just like 2 swipes of my brush and it's on. We're going to go into the shade Jet Setter. And that is going to go onto my outer V and a bit into my crease. So I'm just going to place it and kind of flick it. When there's less product on your brush, drag it around the rest of your crease. I do feel like I lost a little bit of the pink, so I'm going to go in with my last blending brush and some of the pink color and just lightly run it on top. Next, I'm going in with a black shade. We're going to go dark. And you got to be precise with your placement of the right close to my crease, like the same flick motion I do for my eyebrows. I'm trying to angle it like this way. You don't want to go too high, you don't want to cover all the transition shades that we just put in. With black is there is a point where you have to just stop blending and start patting, because otherwise the black kind of loses some of the concentration. I really just want to get an intense black right here. Black has a lot of fallout. That's okay, we did our eyeshadow first for this reason. I am just going to take some liner right now. This is Real Her Cosmetics. I am outstanding. This brand is really cute. Every single product name is something empowering. It makes you feel good. Lots of their lipsticks are like, I am gorgeous, I am beautiful. Did a small line really close to my eyeline. We're just going to clean it up right now before we continue. I'm also going to clean up my shape a little bit. So I'm just going to take like crisp line, so I just fold my cotton pad in half, and I'm just gonna angle it towards my nose and swipe up. I am just gonna blend a little bit here because I noticed that I didn't think that this was blended enough, but I'm gonna do that by taking the blush color again. I definitely think that this look elongates your eyes, and I do have really far apart eyes, so when I was younger I probably would have never done a look like this because I was really insecure. Everyone made fun of me, they called me sloth because my eyes are super far apart. But I've kind of learned to embrace that, and so I actually kind of like how they look even farther apart with a really like long elongated look. For the lid color, we are going to go in with ColourPop Shadow. This is called On a Whimsy. Really just swipe it on. Eyes need just a little bit something else. Pop literally obsessed in the shade Wish Me Luck. Just so everyone knows, this is technically not eye safe. The glitters can get in your eyes and really damage your eyes. Most glitters are not eye safe. People use them anyways. I'm going to use it. I was reading reviews. A lot of people have done them on the eyes and not had problems, but forewarning, it can. I'm just going to apply this to my eye. I did end up using my finger to blend it out. I'm going to pop off some eyelashes off camera to save us some time. I always get a wet beauty blender. I like mine pretty damp. I know a lot of people who like them kind of dry. That's like my recommendation. Okay, but we're going to start with the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I am in the shade Oslo or L1 because I am paler than pale. We're going to apply it at first using a brush. I'm going to take the stuff on my finger and really get it in there. Start just in the middle, like right here, because I think this is where I need the most coverage. I'm going to start stippling all of this everywhere. I'm just going to take a beauty blender and go over it. And again, I'm just pouncing on the skin. You can use a side. I've been just doing like a mini contour bronze thing using a warm concealer. So I have the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear. I really like to use this for this application method in the color 405 Toffee. The same kind of method where I put it on the back of my hand. I'm going to take that exact same brush and I'm going to get all of the product on it, and then I'm going to lightly stipple it right where I would contour. Start at the top of my earlobe. You don't need to go down really far. Also like to do the top bits of my forehead. And then I'm going to take the same brush and I'm just going to kind of blend this line out now that there's no product. Always like to take a beauty blender after every step when it comes to cream things. Pounce over top of it. I think just gives it like a very blended and seamless look. I was not filming, but I just did my concealer. I'm just going to explain it really quickly. Take the Fenty Beauty and I put it under my eyes, just like in this very corner, a little bit down right in this like hollow part of my nose, and just like a line right on the outside, and I blend that all out and I really pounce that in right here so that I can really blend it into that color that we just put on. And then I'll take my NARS concealer and I'll put it down the bridge of my nose, my chin, just a little bit right in this part in the forehead just to brighten that up. And I blend again with the beauty blender and this is what it looks like. The lavender setting powder from Fenty Beauty. On my beauty blender, I like to do it in there, and I'm just going to press this right into here and put some of it on my chin and on my forehead, all the places that were light. I'm not a big baker, so I'm going to really quickly wipe that away. This time on a brush, I'm going to take the Dermablend Professional Loose Setting Powder in Cool Beige right to this contour color that we laid. Okay, and now we're going to bronze with Kylie Cosmetics Tequila Tan. And I'm going to just go right over that concealer that we put on. For me, a bronzer on my forehead, I like to this little part right here. And I don't really care as much about here. I'm going to contour my nose and I'm just going to go right down straight, going into this part and blending into your eyebrows and into your eyeshadow. Now we're just going to take that blush that we used earlier. I like to pretty much coat my brush in this blush just because we saw it earlier. It isn't the most pigmented at first application. It's just a buildable formula. I'm gonna smile, and what we want to do is we want to apply it right up here and just a little bit onto this like really high part right here, but still kind of leave this clean for today's look. So I'm going to start at the back just like I did with my bronzer, and I'm really just going to flick it forward. Ooh, I am bleeding. I'll be back. Oh god, I look like a vampire. This is... Also blend it up right into there just because I like that look. Now blush is my favorite product. It is also the first thing to fade on your face. I always apply a little bit more than I need when I'm first doing my makeup because whatever time it is that I'm going to do something, it will definitely have already faded. Favorite part about this blush is going over the spot with that shimmer side that was right next to it. Blot that on. You can really still see that this triangle is white, and that helped lift my cheeks a little bit to give me a fake cheekbone. That I'm just going to take my same pencil from earlier and just check my brows to see if there's any like problems that I find that like I don't really like and I need to fix. I have the Kylie Cosmetics Santorini Loose Highlighting Powder. Make sure to tap it off because there is a lot of excess. I'm going to smile, and I'm only going to apply highlighter like right here. And then if you want to get a little bit less of that blindness, just go over it with your beauty blender. We're just going to take the blush color and run it under my eyes really quickly just to tie the whole look together. I don't wear mascara on my bottom lashes. I just find that it smudges really easily for me, and I really do like the like cleaner look of not having mascara there. I'm going to take the KKW lip liner in 0.5. This is really good for my pale skin. Line my entire lip with this. I am going to go over top of it with the Rimmel London Kate collection in the shade 40. These are from the drugstore. I find them really creamy and I really like it. Right over top of the center. I'm just going to take my finger and work that into the lip. Here is the finished look. I think it's super beautiful and super just like elegant, perfect for Christmas dinner. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. I really liked giving out all these tips and tricks, and if that is something that you like too, please comment below. Comment something you didn't know about makeup. Comment something you do know that I maybe don't, and give me some tricks. Like, I love learning makeup. Like, that's so fun. I watch so many YouTubers. It's so cool to see like different techniques. So please send me to your favorite YouTuber. Send me your favorite makeup look. Send me things to recreate. Just leave me some comments. I will be talking to all of you down there. And yeah, don't forget to turn on the notification bell because you don't want to miss anytime I upload.